Hello, space enthusiasts, and welcome back to Earth Space Fun, your gateway to the quirks and quarks of the universe. Ever wondered what becomes of satellites after they retire? Yep, they don't just disappear. They join the cosmic clutter whizzing around Earth at speeds up to 30,000 km per hour. Welcome to the wild world of space debris. 50 years ago, space around the Earth was the new frontier, little touched and scarcely considered. Fast forward to today, our lives revolve around satellite networks that guide our GPS, stream our TV channels, and forecast our weather. But there's a problem. The more satellites we launch, the riskier space gets. It's a real-life bumper car arena up there. An odd consequence is the Kessler syndrome, a term coined in 1978 by Donald Kessler and his team. They predicted a domino effect of colliding debris multiplying in Earth's orbits, creating an impassable hazard zone of high-speed particles. Each collision not only adds to this belt of space junk, but also increases the risk of knocking out active satellites, edging us closer to a cascading cosmic crisis. From the notorious anti-satellite missile test in 2007 to the infamous accidental smash-up of Cosmos and Iridium satellites in 2009, our orbital neighborhood has gotten quite messy. And while we are setting up rules to keep space tidy, actually sweeping up our extraterrestrial environment is a whole other challenge. So today, we're not just going to talk about the mess. We're going to dive into the incredible, innovative, and sometimes downright sci-fi methods we're developing to clean it up. Grab your space brooms, folks, and prepare for a ride through the starry sky as we explore 15 fantastic methods to tidy up our galactic backyard and ensure space remains the final frontier for future explorations. Are you ready? Let's rocket into action. Number 1. Robotic arms. First on our list is the use of robotic arms. These aren't just any arms. They're equipped with chains of motorized joints and fancy end effectors packed with sensors, designed to grab onto space debris that refuse to play nice. These arms have to be pretty smart too, because the objects they're trying to catch are non-cooperative, meaning they don't just float there waiting to be caught. They spin, tumble, and zoom unpredictably through space. These arms can come in various designs, from simple two-finger grippers to complex structures resembling sea anemones, or even based on origami principles, which can fold around an object to secure it tightly. Number 2. Nets. Next, we have nets. Yes, just like the ones used in fishing, but a lot more space-savvy. These nets can be thrown over debris to entangle them. The beauty of this method is its simplicity and the ability to capture objects of different shapes and sizes, even those spinning out of control. Once snagged, the debris is secured and can be towed away for disposal. It's a bit like cosmic fishing, but instead of fish, we're catching old satellites and rocket parts. Number 3. Space harpoons. And just when you thought space couldn't get more Wild West, we introduced the space harpoon. Yes, you heard that right, a harpoon. It sounds like another fishing tool, but this isn't for whale hunting. Imagine firing a harpoon attached to a tether into a piece of space debris to catch and tow it away. This method isn't just about brute force. It's a delicate operation where precision matters a lot. The harpoon has to hit just the right spot to not only catch the debris but also potentially alter its spin, making it easier to tow. This is crucial for stabilizing objects that could otherwise tumble unpredictably through space. While this method increases safety for our spacecraft, since they don't have to get too close, it does come with its own set of challenges. For instance, if the harpoon shot isn't perfect, it might create more debris. But the clever design of harpoons, tested rigorously on Earth, helps minimize this risk. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and activate the notification bell for more stellar content. Number 4. Pushing using thrusters. Next, we have the hard grip transportation using conventional thrusters. This is like giving our spacecraft superpowers to haul away the junk. These thrusters are the big muscles of space, providing the heavy lifting needed to move large debris safely away from busy orbits. But sometimes we need a gentler touch, especially when dealing with delicate space equipment. That's where low thrust engines come in handy. They're perfect for the more finicky job of tethered towing. Imagine it as a space tow truck, gently pulling a car without causing any damage. Number 5. Electrodynamic tethers. Now let's talk about something really cool. Electrodynamic tethers. These aren't your ordinary ropes. They use the Earth's magnetic field to generate a force to tug debris into safer orbits, or even deorbit them completely. It's like using the invisible power of our planet to clean up space. Number 6. Speed exchange. And for a bit of a space magic trick, we have the momentum exchange tethers. These clever devices can redistribute momentum between the spacecraft and debris, altering the orbit in the process. It's like performing a dance in space where partners gracefully change positions. Number 7. Inflatable balloons. Up next, we inflate the competition with inflatable balloons. These balloons can attach to the space junk and act like big parachutes, making the junk fall back down to Earth faster, where it burns up safely in the sky. But there's a challenge. Tiny bits of space junk can pop the balloons, just like a thorn can pop a balloon at a birthday party. So, the clever scientists thought of making these balloons out of a special kind of aluminum, almost like a super strong foil. Even if it gets a small tear, it won't burst and can still help bring the junk back down. These special balloons can float around with the space junk for many, many years, helping to keep space clean and safe for new space adventures. It's like having a helper robot that keeps cleaning up long after its battery runs out. Number 8. Solar cells. And next, let's unfurl the cells. The solar cells, that is. These are not just any cells. They use solar radiation pressure to push debris to new orbits, or out of space traffic lanes. It's like using the sun's rays as a gentle breeze to push a boat along the water. Number 9. Foam. And now, let's spray our way into another innovative method of space junk removal. Drag augmentation. Here on Earth Space Fun, we don't just talk about the problems, we foam them up. Imagine this. A spacecraft dances its way up to a piece of floating space debris. But instead of grabbing it, it sprays it with a sticky, hardening foam like a giant bubble gum. That's right, folks. We're not making a space latte. We're increasing its size. This isn't your ordinary foam, though. It's a special kind of polyurethane foam designed just for space. The foam expands and hardens around the debris, making it bigger and bulkier. Why? So it can catch more drag from the thin wisps of atmosphere up there in low Earth orbit. With more drag, the debris slows down and begins to descend, eventually burning up safely as it re-enters Earth's atmosphere. It's like giving the debris a parachute that drags it back home, where it harmlessly burns up in a fiery return. Number 10. Ion Beam Shepherds. Now let's beam up to our next space cleaning tech on Earth Space Fun. Ion Beam Assisted Transportation. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi blockbuster, and trust me, it's just as cool as it sounds. Here's the scoop. Imagine a spacecraft zipping through space, equipped with what we call an impulse transfer thruster. It approaches a rogue piece of space debris and zap, it fires an ion beam directly at it. These aren't just any ions. These are the charged particles that, when directed at space debris, exert a force known as the ion force. But here's where it gets interesting. The force isn't just a simple push. It creates a torque that can make the debris spin or adjust its path. To make sure our space janitor doesn't get kicked back by the force of its own ion cannon, it's equipped with a compensating thruster. Think of it like the recoil on a jetpack, keeping our spacecraft steady as it cleans up. Developed by teams from around the globe, including the visionary S. Kitamura and the Ion Beam Shepherd project, under the LEO Sweep initiative, this technology aims to nudge debris out of busy orbits, making space a bit safer for satellites and, well, future space tourists. Stay tuned for more ingenious ways we're tackling cosmic clutter. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and activate the notification bell for more stellar content. Number 11. Electrostatic Transportation. Alright, space enthusiasts. Next up on Earth Space Fun, we have a method straight out of a futuristic sci-fi novel. Electrostatic transportation. Let's dive into the electrifying details. Imagine two objects in space, a spacecraft and a rogue piece of debris, turning into cosmic magnets. By harnessing the power of electrostatic forces, this method uses the natural attraction and repulsion between charged objects to maneuver space junk. How cool is that? Here's the spark. The spacecraft shoots out electrons or ions to charge itself and the debris. If they're oppositely charged, they attract. This is the pull scheme. If they're similarly charged, they repel each other, known as the push scheme. The push is more stable because it naturally maintains a distance between the spacecraft and the debris. But it's not just about zapping things with electricity. The surrounding space environment, especially the plasma, plays a big role. At different altitudes, the plasma's dense differently, making it tricky to hold a charge. Using tools like ion guns, the spacecraft can carefully control the amount of charge, managing the dance of attraction and repulsion to guide debris safely away. The precision here is key, and engineers use sophisticated models to predict the interactions. The potential of this method isn't just theoretical. Projects like the Glider project have laid out plans to use these forces over vast distances, gently nudging debris into safer orbits or even out of the way completely. Number 12. Laser. Blasting off to our next stellar solution on Earth space fun: laser transportation. Sometimes, the best way to handle space debris is not to grab it, but to zap it. Laser transportation isn't just a flash in the pan. It's a brilliant method of moving space debris using the power of light. Whether it's the gentle push of light pressure or the more aggressive nudge from laser ablation, this method harnesses the momentum of photons to shift debris into safer orbits. Light pressure uses the gentle force of photons reflecting off objects to create movement, while laser ablation is more like a microscopic rocket engine, blasting material off the debris to propel it. And yes, it's as sci-fi as it sounds. With laser ablation, we need to be precise. The focus isn't just on blasting, it's about where to blast. Targeting the right spots on the debris can effectively change its course without breaking it apart. Remember, we're cleaning up space, not making more mess. There are already some out-of-this-world projects using lasers for debris removal. The LaDroit system, for instance, uses ultraviolet lasers to clean up low Earth orbit, proving that sometimes the best cleaning tools are beams of light. But that's not all. The ICAN project is another bright spark in this field, using fiber diode pumped lasers to track and zap debris from a safe distance. This method doesn't just reduce risks, it cuts down on fuel consumption too. Number 13. Gravity transportation. Welcome to another cosmic cleanup technique on Earth space fun: gravity transportation. Imagine using just the gravitational pull like a cosmic dance between two celestial bodies to maneuver space debris safely away. This isn't your average sci-fi scenario. It's a real strategy developed for geosynchronous orbits, where the gravitational forces are delicately balanced. The approach is similar to celestial mechanics, where a heavier chaser spacecraft acts like a moon, altering its orbit to capture space debris within its gravitational influence, known as the Hill sphere. Once captured, the debris can either be transferred to a safe disposal orbit or maintained as a satellite of the spacecraft. This method relies on precise movements and the gravitational fields of both the chaser spacecraft and the debris. By simulating these dynamics, researchers have shown that even the moon's gravitational pull doesn't significantly affect this delicate balance. It's a dance of gravity and motion, requiring minimal fuel and offering a fuel-efficient option for moving debris out of critical paths. Number 14. Electromagnetic detumbling. Switching gears, let's electrify our approach with electromagnetic detumbling, using eddy currents to slow down and stabilize spinning space debris. This method takes advantage of the conductive properties of common spacecraft materials like aluminum and titanium. By introducing a changing magnetic field, eddy currents are induced in the debris, creating an opposing magnetic field that can slow or alter its rotation. In practical applications, this could involve deploying a spacecraft equipped with magnetic coils or a special array of magnets near the debris. The induced magnetic fields interact, producing forces that can adjust the debris orientation or rotation speed without direct contact. From experimental setups using conductive rings and electromagnets to advanced designs with high-temperature superconducting wires, researchers are exploring various configurations to maximize the effectiveness and range of this technique. This method not only helps stabilize debris, but also does so from a safe distance, minimizing the risk of creating additional fragments. Number 15. Magnets. Magnetic manipulation isn't just a trick up our sleeve. It's a cutting-edge method of moving space debris using the power of magnetic fields. With magnetic manipulation, precision is key. It's not about haphazard pulling. It's about intelligently directing the magnetic fields to subtly influence the debris. The aim is to adjust its trajectory without causing fragmentation. Remember, we're tidying up space, not adding to the clutter. Several groundbreaking projects are already harnessing this technology for debris mitigation. The technique developed by researchers at the University of Utah, for instance, has shown promising results in controlling the movement and orientation of objects with precision, demonstrating that the most sophisticated cleaning tools might just be invisible forces. As we close this series, it's imperative to highlight our collective responsibility in maintaining a sustainable space environment. Every future mission into space must be designed with post-mission disposal plans, ensuring that we're not just explorers but also guardians of the celestial realms. Post-mission disposal is a strategy designed to prevent the future generation of space debris. This involves planning, from the mission's inception, how a spacecraft or rocket will be deorbited or moved to a disposal orbit once its primary mission ends. This crucial step can be achieved using the craft's remaining fuel, the solar wind, atmospheric drag, or even Earth's electromagnetic field. Recent advancements propose integrating a universal module into spacecraft designs. This module not only aids in safe disposal, but can also serve as a backup propulsion system in case of main engine failure. Depending on the mission's specific needs, the module could employ various technologies such as drag augmentation, solar sailing, or different types of propulsion systems. However, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. The choice of disposal strategy must be tailored to the specifics of each mission, balancing efficiency, cost, and environmental impact. This proactive approach in mission design emphasizes our duty to not only explore space, but also preserve its vast wilderness for future generations. As stewards of space, it is our responsibility to ensure that every space mission is designed not just with objectives in mind, but also with an exit strategy that minimizes its footprint. Let's commit to this principle, ensuring that space remains a pristine frontier for exploration, innovation, and inspiration. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the cosmos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more discussions on how we can tackle cosmic challenges together. Stay curious, stay responsible, and keep watching the skies responsibly.